It's Rhema Breakfast. You're with Andrew and joined now by Murray Sheard from the Christian Blind Mission. Nice to have some company this morning too, by the way, with Cataway. So good to see you, Murray. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you. Yeah.
You are doing awesome, man. I mean, you guys are certainly doing more than just the work with the blind right now, because I know you have a new focus right now in Nigeria that you want to draw some attention to. So, look, tell us about what you guys are involved with.
Yeah, sure. So, in New Zealand, there are possible complications of childbirth, but in countries like Nigeria, it can be life or death, and it can also have a huge effect on the woman's life going forward. So, there's one particular issue called obstetric fistula, which basically means during childbirth, sometimes if a baby basically gets stuck, it's a really difficult delivery. Puts a lot of pressure on the wall between the birth canal and the waterworks, basically. And that wall ends up the cells die and it ends up with a hole, and that means that urine basically can leak uncontrollably, and it can go on for the rest of her life. Which basically, you think about that, that means, she's embarrassed, it smells. Often their husbands will leave them, but definitely they'll be pushed to the edge of the village. So effectively, it's a life sentence for a pretty awful life. And CBM, in partnership with some hospitals and some outreach units, basically steps in, and there's a simple surgery that can cure this. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I know some people have speculated as well, even in the biblical stories. We know about the woman with the issue of blood who, said she had been bleeding for a number of years, and, how shunned she was from society, and, reaches out to touch the hem of Jesus' garment. And people have speculated that maybe she was suffering from a condition similar to this as well. So, in many ways, mate, you guys are still following the footsteps of Jesus, still healing people who are suffering from that condition, but maybe using a bit of modern medical science to help as well.
Exactly. We think about that story a lot, and how, Jesus immediately stopped and not only attended to her physical healing, but then also made sure that she was, it was a public thing, so that she was reconciled back to her community, that
Yeah.
people could say, okay, she's, this we need to care for her. So, and that's part of CBM's approach too. It's not just the physical healing; it's the being able to participate and hold her head up high in the communities as well. Yeah, so we have outreach teams who go out, and the great thing is that some of the people involved in those outreach teams that go village to village are people who've actually had obstetric fistula before, have come to CBM funded hospital, and are now basically very passionately part of the team that is going around making sure that other people don't have to suffer from it. I met a woman there last year who'd suffered for 60 years
Oh, wow.
before surgery, and I happened to be there just after her surgery. So what we're trying to do is, reduce that time to almost nothing if possible. Find the woman as soon as they can. Yeah,
Yeah, that's so
and it's
incredible.
something that New Zealanders can be involved with as well. cbmnz.org.nz, there's opportunities to give to make sure that kind of life sentence doesn't happen to these women.
Yeah, and I can tell too, for anybody who's maybe even had a child in the last little while, can really resonate with the
Mm.
complications that can come about from childbirth. If maybe you're looking to kind of pay it forward, perhaps, or just make life easier for somebody in the developing world, then again, as you said, cbmnz.org.nz is the place to go. And in fact, around this time of year as well, dare I say it, we're in the Christmas season, Murray. There's a few more options as well
Really.
if people want to pass on a gift of life to those who are in much need of it.
Yeah, that's right. So also on our website, cbmnz.org.nz, there is opportunities to give, kind of interesting Christmas gifts, where your relative or friend will get a card to say what this money is being used for, but the money itself will go towards, so for example, giving a chicken to a family in a livelihoods project, so that it can improve their income. giving cataract surgery for $35, for example. And so, yeah, so there's plenty of opportunities there depending on what people are interested in giving as well. Yeah, so that's on our website, as well as the opportunity to sign up for an Advent campaign for if your church is looking for some Advent resources, we have ways there that people and churches can journey with us while celebrating the coming of Christ. Because of course, yeah, Christ coming enabled so many of these episodes we saw of him dealing really positively with people with disabilities. So I think it's a really good match.
Couldn't agree more, Murray. And I think especially in a time when so many of us have more stuff than we know what to do with, nobody needs more stuff. So maybe instead you could give a gift of life via CBM. So great initiative, Murray. Remember, everybody, if you want to be involved in this, head along to the website cbmnz.org.nz. That is cbmnz.org.nz. But keep up the good work, Murray. Great to talk to you this morning.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it, Andrew.
Amazing. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss the next video.
We'll see you in the next one.